Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Wand Tarot. My name is Carmen, and today we've got a reading for you about somebody that is, I think, kind of fresh off of some healing, some soul searching. We have the Seeking card, and this does indicate some level of self-awareness and introspection. But this person also has some gifts. Perhaps they're very intuitive, perhaps there's something magical about them that you already know about, but they see you as this ethereal being, somebody who is heavenly or otherworldly. You're a daydream or a fantasy. For someone, the mermaid's word on here is quite important. So I'm just going to go ahead and show you my mermaid. So this was originally hot pink. I don't know if you can tell from the bottom. And it's totally supposed to be in a fish aquarium. But I decided I liked it too much. So I spray painted it gold and kept it. So this could be a reading for somebody who feels closely associated with mermaids. Maybe you just thought they were cool when you were a kid, but there's somebody who finds you very attractive, and it's not for conventional reasons. They may think that you're very physically attractive, but it's more so the fact that you're in a class all your own, or maybe even that you're kind of quirky. That's what they really like about you. So let's go in spirit with a little bit of, oh my God. Okay, a lot of wind chime time. I mean, you are magical, so it makes sense that we need a lot of wind chime time. Hello, Holy Yoga. Hello, Key Controller. Good morning, Peggy. Good morning, Tiana. How we doing? Hello, Kingly Eagle. I hope you all are having a great day. If you're interested in a personal reading, my email address is in the description box below. And we're going to dive in with, I'm going to go with the pause tarot. Hello, April. How are you doing? Oh, before I forget, I have to mention, the other day, what was it, 2 days ago, when my reading went out because of the electricity, I checked back to see if the reading had actually posted and saw that some of you were still in the chat. So because of that electricity kind of being the end, I'm guessing it didn't actually end the actual live chat session. So it was really funny to pop in. I was about to say hello, but then you guys all signed off. So I figured I'd say hello now. Oh, thank you, Peggy. All right, what else do we have? Hermit in the reverse. Three of Cups in the reverse. Eight of Pentacles. So I love that in this tarot deck, they have a tattoo artist. Tattoos are probably not everybody's thing, right? But for me, I've found them to be ameliorative or healing in some strange way, and often end up getting a tattoo after I feel like I've gone through some sort of transformation or difficult time, right? So the way I look at this is I've been silly. I've not listened to my intuition. I've done some things I shouldn't have. Three of Cups in the reverse. Maybe I've lost some friends. Maybe I feel like I'm not who I thought I was. But with the Eight of Pentacles, tattoo artist, cat, so cute. It just feels to me like it's someone who's been willing to look back at what happened and alter their path as a result. You know, it's one thing to go through difficult times and not really learn anything from them, so you go through them again. But if you are able to at least take something from those difficult things that you've been through, then in a way it's a badge of honor, like a tattoo, right? Like, yeah, you know, been through some things, but at least I'm smarter for it. It's worth something, right? Hello, Andy. How are you doing? Ooh, what did you get, Kingly Eagle? So we've got the Knight of Cups in the reverse, Queen of Wands, and the King of Swords. Look, it's not easy to recover after you stumble. And I think I'm reading for somebody who has done precisely that. I stumbled, I did some things I'm not proud of, or I learned some lessons the hard way. But the thing is, I learned them. I still figured it out, right? Knight of Cups in the reverse could mean that there were some things that fell through, friends that are no longer your friends, offers that turned out to be not so great, or things that you had to, alter. But we have Queen of Wands and the King of Swords indicating that a focus for you has been, what can I do to impact the mental side, the mind, really more like the perspective, right? Yes, some people would take these difficult times and let it make them a victim, but I don't want to be like that. I want to be stronger and smarter for the things that I've been through, as opposed to, feeling bad about it or letting it ruin my day. There's a determination to keep moving, even though things have been difficult. And I really do admire that. So if you're keeping track, we've got Hermit in the reverse, Queen of Wands, King of Swords as your energy coming through. Whoever has been seeking, right? Now, the thing is, this Queen of Wands energy, I feel, could be yours and somebody else's energy, but we'll see. There could be a little bit of overlap here. We've got Moon in the reverse and the Chariot in the reverse. I had to hit a wall. I had to realize it was a dead end. I was hiding from myself or pretending that things weren't getting worse. But when I finally decided to be honest with myself about the things that were not working out or the things that I needed to change, that's when my life changed. So maybe it took me a little while, but like I said, I learned my lesson. So this Emperor energy, this is the same person, right? We're reading on one person, and this is really the culmination of it, right? I needed to acknowledge that there were things I wasn't being honest with myself about. I needed to listen to my intuition and resolve those things. Those things could have been closely tied to a sense of confidence or being able to draw in the things that one needs, as well as some logic, right? I need to be honest with myself is the main thing that comes from this King of Swords energy. And that served them very well. Whoever you are, you leveraged that information, you leveraged what little motivation or inertia you had, and it snowballed for you. You wanted to make the most of a bad situation, and I admire your tenacity. Thank you. I appreciate that. Wait, are there people that don't like the 80s? Where do we find them? There's some really good music that came out of the 80s. Some good movies, too. Two of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, and the 9 of Wands. So look, this is a willingness to put in the work and make things better. I'm especially drawn to the mopping. I don't know how you feel about mopping, but mopping is my least favorite thing ever. Just floors in general. If I were to at some point get a maid, the first thing I would negotiate is, okay, so what do we need to do so that I never have to clean a floor again, because I hate it. But that's what this person's willing to do. So this 9 of Wands is about somebody who is focused or working towards a goal, not willing to give up. And that goal seems to be about stability, seems to be about long-term happiness. So if I need to get my hands dirty, if I need to, do some cleaning service work, it's not beneath me because it gets me to my goals. There are a lot of people out there that will judge what type of work you do in order to make your money. But I think at this point in my life, I'm more likely to judge people that see themselves as too good to do certain things in order to get what they want. What I mean by that is if you want to start a business and it requires that you first save up some money, canceling things that other people view as like status symbols, or picking up a second job at night so that you can start up that business. Like there are reasons that people do things. And I don't know why we feel so focused on judging like what you do for work, but this person's like, where's the work? I'll go to it. Let's make this happen. I want to make money. I want to save money because I have plans for the long term and I don't care what other people think. I've got to save, this much per month. So very focused energy. And it's because they've been honest with themselves, probably about like what is actually in the way between what I want and me. Well, if you're in love with a mermaid, it may be more than money, but we'll get there. We'll get there. Can we also just for a moment talk about how adorable this is? Little cat bouncing on a ball. Thank you again, Peggy. This is just like one of the cutest decks ever. So we have the crap. What is it, you guys? Is it Wild Reflections? Is that what I call this deck? You guys, help me out. Because it is. We have the Star in the reverse, 7 of Pentacles, and the Strength card in the reverse, sadly. Maybe the reason I wasn't getting what I wanted wasn't about the things external to me. Maybe it was too easy for me to look at my circumstances, my environment, or the people around me and use that as justification. Well, how could I get where I want to be? How could I get what I want? You all make it impossible for me. You'll get much farther in life if you take stock of what you're in control of versus what buries you in your current situation. Including professionally. If you're bringing some sort of problem to your boss, let's say it's a system issue, you'll get taken so much more seriously if you also have at least a crumb of a suggestion. Hey, this isn't working anymore. Maybe it's tied to this, or maybe we could, in the meantime, write things down or use this whiteboard to keep track of things. This is somebody who's like understanding a whole different perspective of agency. I wanted to say that I couldn't do this, or I didn't get that far, or I didn't achieve that because of you, and probably you over there too. But now I would rather look at it as, here are all the things that I personally have control over that I could do to get where I want to be. And none of you could prevent that. So I'm going to do everything that I can so that I'm ready. I'm not going to look at myself as weak anymore. I know that I'm empowered. I can do certain things. So let's focus on the things that I can do. Hello, Stephen. How are you doing? What else do we have? Ace of Cups in the reverse, 5 of Pentacles, and the Emperor in the reverse. Things have been difficult, or maybe I've lacked motivation. If you're creative, maybe it's been difficult to create, or you can't find that muse. The 5 of Pentacles seems to be more about somebody's mental state, but it makes sense with the 2 of Pentacles and the 10 of Pentacles that it would be tied to money. So let's say that you're a musician and you had a great first album, but now you have this pressure to put out this second album. How do I make sure that I'm as good as I was the first time? How do I make sure that people take me seriously? There's something here about, I know I need to level up, but it's scary and I don't want to ruin it. But they're fighting within themselves, or they have fought within themselves on that point of agency. What do I actually have control over? What can I influence positively to make it more likely that I get what I want, instead of focusing on the things that, kind of look like closed doors? Hello, Andy. How are you doing? I hope you're having a good day. Hello, Dr. Emery. What else do we have? Okay, when I suggested the name of this, did I say Wild Reflections? Because that's what it is. I just want to clarify. You know how, like, sometimes all you have to do is think about something else for like 2 minutes, and then that thing you were trying to access from the files in your brain, it pops right up. Oh, is this what you were looking for? Four of Wands and Judgment. And well, no, I don't really like being judged, but okay. Yeah, this is, I want to level up. I'm ready. But I know that there's something that has been blocking me. And even though I've pretty consistently pointed the finger at other people or at the situation, this time I'm pointing the finger at myself. And I'm saying, okay, I can take care of this, and this. So then when everything else is ready or aligned, there's no excuses, right? So in high school, I had a friend who was always late. And it would drive me crazy. But when I was tempted to just kind of like not care about being on time myself, that really just like irritated me. I'm not saying I'm like always on time. I'm just saying, like, I didn't really want to be part of the problem. So I didn't let that impact how I view time management. I still wanted to do my best. So there's something here about, even if this doesn't get what I want, even if nobody notices, even if the other circumstances don't change and I don't get what I've been making these changes for, I will still be in a better situation. I will still be ready to take advantage of an opportunity, no matter what that opportunity is. So isn't that like a good decision? Hello, Justin. How are you doing? What's up, Galaxy King? I still think Midwest Galaxy King every time. Oh my God. That's like maybe the best compliment I've gotten all year. Somebody write that one down, please. Oh, you guys are adorable. Hello, Deveray. How are you doing? So look, we've got this King of Cups realizing that there are things they can do to move the needle. I know what I can do to get out of my own way. Ace of Wands in the reverse. Maybe I've been too quick to blame things not working on other people. But when I really, think about what I could be potentially walking away from or missing out on, it motivates me to make sure that I have dotted all the I's and crossed all the T's. I don't want to be the reason that something doesn't work. So it's like they're focused more inward, and it's benefited them in terms of their spiritual growth. Oh, I know. I just really like to make fun of myself when I think of things in a dumb way. I know I've shared this on my channel before, but again, I like to make fun of myself. Before I went to Germany, I was all excited to see the Autobahn, and for whatever reason, I was just like convinced that the Autobahn was entirely underground. Maybe I've just like seen too many Bond movies, or like, in order for it to look cool, that's like the leather jacket version for a street, is it has to be underground, right? Let's make it a tunnel. And then I went to Germany and I was like, it's just like a normal street. It looks like a highway. It was still cool. All right, so we've got the Six of Swords, the Two of Cups, and Death. Yeah. For me to cross this Wow. Okay, so I just thought of the Divine Comedy because a lot of the Divine Comedy involves traversing kind of difficult land, right? Scary places. And the Six of Swords makes me feel like we have somebody who has gone through some pretty difficult situations, dealt with some pretty untrustworthy people, or even had their life at risk because of certain circumstances or inherent dangers. But what they have attributed to their connections with other people, they're no longer blaming those people. It's, I can get into the best place possible if I empower myself to make those decisions. And maybe part of the reason I've been stuck or things haven't gone the way that I wanted it to was because I was hesitant to end things that I know I need to walk away from. So this like refreshed approach to connections, is this a positive connection? Is this somebody who is working on themselves and, we help each other? Or is it more of a let's see who can throw each other under the bus first kind of thing? They might have a smaller inner circle, but it's a more legitimate one. Four of Pentacles in the reverse. Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. This is rough, man. Ace of Cups in the reverse, Ace of Wands in the reverse, and now the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. This is quite the setback. High Priestess in the reverse. I blamed a lot of other people. I blamed a lot of circumstances. But if I really want to be honest with myself, I fumbled. I let go, and I shouldn't have. I didn't listen to my intuition, and it was screaming at me, you need to do this or you need to change that, right? Well, I would hope so. That's pretty cool. Ooh, I don't know if I should get involved in that conversation. Hello, Jasmina. How are you doing? The nice thing is this is coming through as a willingness to be honest with oneself. I have been a little bit foolish. I have not really seen things the way that they really were. Remember at the very beginning, we had soul searching. It's not easy, okay? Look, I love water. I love swimming. I love boats. If I could, I would probably like literally live on a boat. Like I could handle it. It's cool. But I won't lie. If we're talking about swimming that deep, I get a little scared, okay? I'm one of those weirdos who still kind of like plugs her nose when she goes underwater. Again, feel free to make fun of me. I don't really care. But I'm like, I can swim. I just don't really trust my nose. Probably because I have a nose piercing. You all probably can't see it, but it's right here. So it's like, you have to be ready to go to those depths, right? Things can go wrong. The waves, whatever. I don't know. Are there sharks there? Maybe. It used to scare me, but now I'm ready to actually figure out the answers to my questions and know what I need to know. Hermit in the reverse, High Priestess in the reverse. I'm really hoping that we see that trend change because this is somebody who seems to be finally having a serious conversation with themselves about what blocks are in their own way. 10 of Wands, 3 of Wands. Yeah. It may be burdensome. It may be difficult. The journey may be long, but that's not going to stop me. I'm going to take action. I know that waiting around isn't going to change anything, so it's time to do something, right? Six of Pentacles, 2 of Wands in the reverse. Yeah, if I want to make things right, I have to be honest about where I went wrong. So as I sit here, I'm looking at the little green shelf that I built from, I don't think it was IKEA, but something like that, right? Where they send you like, I don't know, 18 pieces, a couple screws, whatever, and you have to like make it look like furniture, right? If you check out my old videos with a different background where I'm still in Minnesota, you would see it like in the background to the side. I think it was where the wind chimes were actually. So I built that poorly. I messed something up early on, like one step, like I used the wrong board or I put it in the wrong way, whatever it was. Okay. And it meant that I couldn't put the top on properly. Like the slot wasn't right. It was facing the wrong way. And I was like, God damn it. I'm going to have to do this whole thing over again. I don't know if I have patience for that, but I did it. I had to undo it and then rebuild it. I didn't get it wrong the second time, you guys. I was real precise this time. This is someone who's saying, yeah, I don't want to undo all that work. I don't want to take on all of that stuff. But if I have to, in order to get it right, then I'm going to. If I want to get it right, I have to be willing to do that work. No. Don't do that. Don't do that. I would never wear it. Hello, Laura. How are you doing? That's great. 8 of Cups. And the 8 of Pentacles. Again, so that was our tattoo card at the beginning, remember? What I have been working to ignore or avoid, I am now willing to work on. I used to run away from this. I used to freak out. I didn't want to do this. But now I'm willing to. This is the Gilded Reverie. Notice that it matches nicely with my sweater. Oh, I'm glad to hear it. Oh, Lord. What else do we have? We have the Labyrinth. The Woman with a Shirt. I know, you're disappointed. It's okay. You'll get over it. It's only Thursday. Oh, that's why you're thirsty. I get it. We've got the Birds, the Woman with a Shirt, and the Labyrinth. So it's kind of feeling to me like a video game. Basically, it seems like whoever I'm reading for, you're trying to find Princess Peach or rescue Princess Peach. But let's not get too caught up on genders, right? There is a sense here of some mission, some goal. And there are a lot of people who get lost on their way, okay? You see how they're facing different directions? There are a lot of people who are like, oh, I think it's this way. But the sign totally says it's that way. They didn't see the sign. You're one of the few people who's like, oh, you know what? Something seems off. I wonder if I missed my exit. Let's just pull it up. Oh, and you catch it before you're an hour away from where you're supposed to be. I might have taken the wrong. You guys are going to think I'm so dumb. I was driving from Austin to San Antonio, and I totally took like north instead of south, which is the wrong direction if you know Texas, right? Yeah. It literally took me like 45 minutes to figure it out. I called my family and I was like, okay, don't make fun of me, but I think I went the wrong way. There are a lot of people who have gone the wrong way and they wanted to blame the signs. They wanted to blame their map. They wanted to blame other people. You looked it up and you were like, oh, took a wrong turn. I guess I'm going to actually change because it's worth it. It might be more work to put that furniture back together again, but I'm going to do it right. And that's what's actually putting you in a better situation. That's why we have this 8 of Pentacles that keeps coming through, which is a mastery of a skill or learning a lesson, right? So we've got the dark night of the soul. The other number 12. It's so nice to have both of them so I can explain it to you. Oh, and the man with a shirt. Okay, so if you're keeping track, the Gilded Reverie, to my knowledge, it has 3 doubles. So one of them being the birds. Notice that they are both number 12. Hopefully you can read that. I always try to explain to you all when one of these comes out what the other one looks like, right? One seems to be more good news or uplifting, and one comes across as a little bit more ominous, partly because I don't like owls very much. Don't hate me. I had a nightmare, okay? Leave me alone. So this is interesting because we had the good news up next to the woman holding, or woman with a shirt, right? And we say woman holding or with a shirt because there is also one without. And now we have the man with a shirt. So what I'm trying to point out is we have somebody of high honor. This woman with a shirt is at the end of this labyrinth, right? Princess Peach. And there's good news or a sense of this is where I want to be. This is where I feel like seen or loved or appreciated. But in order to get there, I have to walk through hell. Divine Comedy. I have to like go through craziness. Dark night of the soul. I have to think about the things that I have tried to relegate, shove way back into the depths of my mind because I didn't want to think about it. I have to do these meaningful changes in order to be this man with a shirt so that I can be, worthy of this woman with a shirt. Don't get too caught up on those genders, right? Did you follow all that? That was real complicated. I'm sorry. I believe in you, though. You all are smart. This is the Romance Angel Oracle. Hello, Khalil. How are you doing? Hello, Johnny. How are you doing? Hello, Rachel. How's your day? Yes. And it was awful. But let's not forget that I was also super injured and had I don't remember what they gave me. It's actually like the reason I don't like if I get hurt, we're just going to deal with it. Okay. I don't need pain medication, whatever. It just gave me bad dreams. Very soon, clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. I like how I blame it on that and not the fact that I was watching scary movies. Whatever. Oh, well, that's okay. You can keep doing that, Laura. I'll get over it eventually. I'm only scared of like the realistic looking ones. Like the ones at Target don't scare me. Hello, Jara. How are you doing? So we've got very soon and past life relationship. Somebody is feeling like they need to make a decision soon. This could be either one of the individuals involved here, but it feels more so like it's our hermit in the reverse. I feel motivated to get my life together. I want to be ready for a relationship with somebody of high honor. They may already know this person, they may not. I feel like they do. I feel like this is the mermaid energy that has motivated them. And they know they're going to have to make a choice, or that the mermaid is going to have to make a choice. That's right. I'm just going to call you the mermaid. Let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. So the person who's gone through the dark night of the soul, you came out as the emperor. There's someone, maybe even some people who would be willing to help you, especially with regards to having a heart-to-heart conversation with the person that you want to be with or the place that you want to go, right? Whatever it is, there's help that's available. But much like in a video game, you can't just like walk past it. You have to like do the little jump thing and and get the little help there, okay? All right, this is the Path of Shadows. Hello, Candace. How are you doing? Okay, so we have the imposter syndrome. In a room full of equals, I stand in doubt, a stranger in my own triumphs, shadows cast about. So there could be an issue that they've needed to address that I think I called out early on, this Queen of Wands, right? We need to work on perhaps some confidence or our ability to draw in what is for us. So this is in some way kind of a mermaid vibe, right? You could make this person feel like they're not good enough. They may be a little bit, too likely to put you up on a little bit of a pedestal. But this is part of what is motivating them to work on what they can because they want to be like their best version of themselves, right? Hello, Pharaoh. How are you doing? So we also have procrastination. The ticking of the clock distracts me from the fact that my worst enemy hides in my mind. What have I told you? I wanted to blame others. I wanted to blame the circumstances. I wanted to say it wasn't realistic. I wanted to say it wouldn't matter even if I did try. But then I changed my mindset. Look, if you come out as the Knight of Cups in the reverse, you got some attitude issues. And I love you. I've had attitude issues like my whole life. Like people get sick of me. It's cool. But the point is, if we are letting our mood or our general punkness make it difficult for us to have opportunities because you're so determined to be, what's that word? Angsty, frustrated. Woe is me. I can't believe that happened to me. At the risk of sounding kind of like banal, life is difficult. There's going to be crappy people and crappier situations. But the thing that makes it all worthwhile is the fact that you're delightful. So if you just keep in mind that you're delightful and that there are some other delightful people out there, it helps you avoid falling into this trap where you think everything's bad, everything's going to go horribly. Because this has all been about a mindset. Once this mindset changes, now it's like the birds are singing. The squirrels decided they want to be your best friend. The cat distribution system worked in your favor. Everything's going well. Because this person decided to change their mindset. They had to go through this dark night of the soul, but it's put them in a much better situation in terms of how they feel about themselves and empower like themselves. I don't have to always blame the situation or feel like I can't make any changes. Maybe I can. Maybe I'm actually kind of powerful. Funky Brewster. This is the Kipper. Pathway in the reverse. And mature man. This is that Two of Wands in the reverse that we saw earlier. Part of growing up is acknowledging that sometimes we need to turn around or sometimes we need to stop and ask for directions. Hey, am I headed north instead of south? Because I feel like I'm going the wrong way in Texas. Texas is big, so it's kind of a big deal. We've got false person, number 8. So for many of you, this false person energy is about a connection or relationship. Could be that's how I viewed my family, or it could be that's what happened with my ex. But I'm going to be honest with you. For many of you, this is our Hermit in the reverse. I was false. I lied to myself. I lied to other people about who I am or what I wanted or what my motivations were. And I realize now that's not who I want to be. Either way, I admire your tenacity. Nobody is perfect. Nobody is 100% good, right? If there's one thing that I kind of hate about movies, it's that they try to make you feel like you should side with the good guys and hate the bad guys. I think that's one of the things that Twilight Zone does really well is kind of like challenge that. Would we call that a precept or a concept? So this is somebody who's saying, maybe I don't want to be that. Maybe I want to be something better. Maybe I have more ability to make change in my life than I gave myself credit for. Official person, number 22. Thoughts and mature woman in the reverse. We, I think, do have some change up in this person's inner circle or social community as I decide that I have more, control over how things go in my life. I realize that extends to who I allow in my life. Maybe there's people that have been in my inner circle that shouldn't be. Maybe there are people that have had influence over me that shouldn't. So we have a mature woman in the reverse, somebody that may be getting booted or somebody that may lose status within this person's inner circle. Maybe I took your advice very seriously previously, but now I don't, because they've been thinking about how somebody else does things. And it's probably the woman with a shirt, right? There's gotta be a bit. I should just call her the woman, but then it's not clear. I don't know. I think she's wearing a dress. All right. This is the situations deck. What else do we have? Hello, Realm of Bedlam. How are we doing? Grip in the reverse and Ascension. Well, I like that. So I don't know if I have the best analogy. I guess maybe my childhood fear of heights would be a good one. I don't know. Maybe I still, to some extent, have a fear of heights, but I remember having to kind of like talk myself down from anxiety over certain things and just let go and accept that it was kind of fun to be flying through the air on a roller coaster. And it's that feeling. Okay. Maybe I was working to control the wrong facets of my life. Maybe I gave myself an anxiety attack because I thought that's what I need to work on. When sometimes it might make sense to just sit back and accept that you're on a roller coaster. It's going to shake a little bit like this and you're going to, I don't know, maybe get a headache, but you'll get a cool picture of yourself going, and that's worth it, right? As I talk about roller coasters, I'm definitely thinking about the one in the Mall of America for all of you folks out in Minnesota, or if you've been there. There are better roller coasters, specifically at Valley Fair. But roller coasters are a great analogy because when we go through an ascension, it does get pretty difficult. You may think you're going to fly over the handles and off the roller coaster completely into a tree. We don't need to actually be that concerned because we just need to focus on what we need to do to keep ourselves safe. If we have that little bar down and the seatbelt on and we're not going, wee, then, risk is controlled. So this person's realizing they've been looking at things the wrong way. They have more control than they thought, and that they're able to avoid some of these pitfalls that they had fallen in because of some not so great influences in their life. And now that they know the direction they want to go, there's not much that can stop them. They're feeling highly motivated and very confident and capable. Divorce, final, irreconcilable differences, and obsession, must have, and indulgence. For many of you, this person who has gone through or is going through an awakening has changed their perception on a person in their life. This could be that false person, right? It doesn't have to be a divorce. It doesn't even have to be a romantic connection. But this is somebody they put on a pedestal that they have now removed from that pedestal. I thought your ways were best. I thought you knew what you were talking about, or I thought I would be happiest by your side. That's no longer the case. They see more clearly now that what they were dealing with was somebody that likes to control them. So there may have been blocks in the way of this person being successful that were put there by somebody who claims to care about them. If you can only see yourself being happy with me, if you can control me, then you don't really understand what love is. And that's what this person has realized. You were trying to control me. You wanted to keep me right here where you could see me. You didn't want me to succeed or apply for jobs out of state or, I don't know, get famous, whatever it is. You were trying to keep me stuck. But you were too smart for that. So you broke away or you're breaking away. All right, this is the truth is. Cat tastic. I like it. Guarded, closed heart is holding your relationships back. I was blaming other people for why I couldn't find this connection that would make me feel like love was real. And then I realized maybe it was because I was never letting anybody see the real me. Then I was realizing maybe I've got some things I need to address from my past before I can really let somebody in, right? Ace of Cups in the reverse. Letting go. Releasing relationship to focus on self. Because I have gone through the dark night of the soul, because I have been willing to let go of something that was difficult to let go, now I'm understanding the calm and the serenity that comes with not freaking out over this or holding on to grudges or obsessing over things from the past. There's a liberation that's happened in terms of their mind, and it means anxiety is less. It could absolutely have to do with an ex-partner. And if it does, this ex-partner has a problem in terms of letting go of this Hermit in the reverse. They're, I think, very possessive, and they do whatever they can to keep this person where they want them. Confined. I was confused. Feeling trapped in this connection. I'm telling you, this is somebody who dealt with a very possessive relationship. And I just want to be clear. Sometimes we ascribe too much to certain genders where it concerns violence in relationships. I want to make sure everyone out there who faces a relationship that is less than respectful feels comfortable talking to people about that situation. What I'm trying to say is we cannot assume that this is a masculine who is being possessive or jealous, right? I mean, it does have false person with a woman and mature woman in the reverse over here. But I want us to be cognizant that there are a lot of different varieties of that kind of energy that we need to be cautious and cognizant of. Are there things we can do to help people around us? Are there things that we can do to be more aware or more discerning of that energy? Because it's taken a lot for this person to be able to let go of that energy. And I think it's really opening up for them like a whole new world because they're realizing they were not actually stuck. All right, this is the Love Oracle. Can I say hello to Illuminati? Hello. What else do we have? Shocking, turmoil, trouble, unexpected, and clinging. Holding on, obsessing, and spying. We had the obsession card come out. So for many of you, this hermit is able to go through ascension once they realize they need to let go of this person from their past. For some of you, they're the ones that had the obsession. But I do feel like for many of you, they were trying to get away from someone who was obsessed or is obsessed with them. Karma, consequences, cause and effect, and debts and bitterness, resentment, anger, and hurtful words. There's a lot of dark energy in this relationship because somebody may have been dealing with a lot of jealousy. I definitely feel a lot of possessive energy. They didn't want there to be a chance for this person to walk away. He demanded loyalty, but I'm not sure that they offered it. So this could be somebody who lied about whether or not they were being respectful of vows or, an agreement to be exclusive. Mistakes and sorrow. Misunderstood, victim, lost soul, and loss, grief, and depression. This is someone who may have played the victim or somebody who may have had some issues in terms of letting the other person speak and understanding that person's perspective. So it took the Hermit in the reverse a long time to appreciate that there was quite the negative impact on their confidence or their ability to problem solve or deal with conflicts because this person was so controlling. So we have depth, awareness, importance, value, and confusion, uncertain, unclear, and unsure. So now I've become aware of what's going on. I understand that, this person was not treating me the way that they should have. And there are things I could do to get myself out of the situation and be healthy, be happy. Intuition, heart song, telepathy, and inner knowing. Finally. So we have the High Priestess in the reverse and the Hermit in the reverse. We've got this intuition card. And we had the official person card too. So this is somebody who's saying, you know what, finally, I think I understand who I am. I can hear my own intuition again. I know that there are things I need to do. I think I need some space, some distance from the person who has been trying to tell me how to feel, tell me how to think, or tell me what I'm capable of. There are a lot of people out there that want to have a positive impact on how you view yourself. But if you're dealing with somebody who is consistently telling you that you can't achieve something or that what you want is impossible, you might want to ask yourself who you're dealing with. I'm not telling you can do literally everything under the sun, but I would like to think that you're surrounded by people who want to be supportive of you, right? Okay, I'm going to leave it there. I love you all. Thank you for the likes and the subscribes and the requests for personal readings. You're the best. I hope to see you on the next reading. Toodles.